And now it's time to preview an upcoming game.
Hello and welcome back to Gamers Remorse. Today we're taking a look at a game that's out on Kickstarter right now. We would like you to check that out. We are here to play the game Bring Out Your Dead. Bring Out Your Dead!
Bring Out Your Dead is a bidding, bluffing, set collection area control game by Ginger Ale Games for 2 to 5 players. It takes about 45 minutes to play. In Bring Out Your Dead, you take on the role of an aspiring young family member who seeks out fame and fortune through the demise of your family members. No, you aren't killing them or anything. You just know that there will be wills to be read, and you plan to make the most of it. Get your dearly departed family members buried in the best spots in the cemetery to win this game. Bring Out Your Dead comes with a double-sided game board for 2 to 3 players and 4 to 5 players, 98 tarot-sized cards in the form of treasure cards, fate cards, card cards, and player starting decks, 65 wooden coffins, and a first player token. The game is set up by shuffling the treasure card deck and setting to the left side of the game board, then shuffle the fate deck and set those to the right side of the game board. Give each player their coffins and put their wooden cubes at the 100 mark on fate cards. Each player accepts 1. Then deal each player a treasure card. The game is played in 8 rounds or less with the objective of gaining the most points through coffin placement and grave robbing set collection. To begin the game, the first player flips a cart card and determines which path the cart will go down, the left side of the board or the right side of the board. Each of them have different coffin placement options. Also, the mass grave on the left side of the board enables players to gain jewels, rings, rosaries, or necklaces. The right side of the board allows players to gain powerful fate cards to get the edge on the other players. Players then choose 3 cards from their hand, including their 5-card starting hand, their treasures, and fate cards. Players then reveal their cards at the same time. The highest value card, denoted on the upper left of the card, goes first. All cards from all players are resolved in order, resolving the effects of each. Coffins are added to the cart up until the number of coffins exceed the limit, after which coffins are added to the river. After all cards are resolved, coffins are placed along the path that the cart takes. The points of the coffin placement are not resolved until the end of the game, as some coffins may be swapped throughout the game. After all coffins are placed, the next round begins. The first player token goes to the next player clockwise. The next player flips over the next cart card and determines the path it goes. The previous steps repeat until all 8 cart cards have been played or a player has placed all of their coffins. Points are totaled according to the treasure cards, sets, coffin placements, and river demerits. The player with the highest points wins the game.
I feel like the fact that both of us are going for the same strategy is going to be very detrimental in the end.
It's going to be very
I look forward to finding out.
Dun 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 dun.
So I am now player 1.
Yep.
We get a new cart. That cart is going down the same road, and it can only carry 5 corpses. Ooh, reveal! 5, 6, 7.
8, 7, 3.
9, 7, 3.
Ooh, so the 9 goes first. Now that costs you 2 points. I don't know if you know that, because it has the -2. So when you play that,
-2.
okay. All right. So while he is accomplishing that, I have Lonely Aunt Nola.
Oh, poor Aunt Nola. She's lonely.
Sad day. So I get to add a double to the cart. And discard.
All right. I am player 1. Does anyone else have anything higher than a 7?
Nope.
I have 7.
All right. Well, I play 7 first. And I will...
7.
I put my 6.
3.
I throw someone I don't care about in the river.
And you draw.
And I will take the necklace.
I'm going for the 9. And then it is Brian's turn.
I'm going to take that rosary.
It's then Eric's turn.
Take that top card!
So then my go, and I will go here.
So I'm going to throw my double in the masquerade.
That masquerade is filling up.
Shauna's going to wreck us because we're fighting over stupid rosaries. No, I'm taking a necklace, man.
Oh.
You have no idea what I...
That was a double though, right?
Yeah, so I take the necklace, then you flip the top
reveal
card.
it.
Is it a rosary?
Ring.
Ring. I'm taking the top card.
So we figure out who has the most to get these bonus points, right? So I have the most here, so I get 4 for that. Then I have the most here, so I get that 8. Then I have the most here, so I lose 4. Then we go into who's the furthest behind.
That's me.
Total up your sets.
All right, I have 5 rosaries, so that's 32. I have 5 necklaces, so that's 22. And I have 3 rings,
Which is
and that's 9.
67.
So 67.
And you are here, so you jump up
Brian
to
wins.
here. Okay. And then what do you have for
Just have
sets?
3 things.
Nice. So that gives
67.
you 67.
If this was camel up, you'd be winning.
That's true. Yeah. All right. So then we go into graves because I got Bupkis for.
Yeah.
I did not play set collection in this game. So let's start off here in the river. Guess what? I have one guy that's in the river. So 1, 2, 3. Not the direction I want to go. Take him off of there. Okay. So each of these are worth 4 each.
And I get 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
To my defense, you guys have played more than me.
So Sean won just by area control. I feel like if only one person is going for set collection, it's a balanced strategy.
This is
I think the way the game should be played, strategy-wise, is if 2 people are fighting over area and there's a third player, he should double down
Yeah.
on the set collection.
Yeah,
it's
if
another
there's
way
a
to get
third
points.
player, you want to do what the other 2 aren't doing. Or you all need to try to balance out and hope you balance better.
Yeah, that's why I would define this as a area control game with set collection
Or
mechanics.
a set collection game with area control mechanics.
Except for that,
Based on how the minority plays.
perhaps.
Using your sets.
Perhaps.
So I would say it is a balance of the 2. It cannot be put in any one column.
Let's merge the ideas and go with it is an area collection.
Boom. Area collection, set control.
It's a new mechanic, folks. It's a brave new world.
You have set collection, you have area control, you have like a bidding, bluffing. Like playing the game exactly the same the second time around would not yield the same results. I really enjoyed that.
I would completely agree. As you said, every time you play it, it's going to change, you know? If you had started off doing area control, I would have skipped that and maybe gone for a mixture of both, so to speak. But both you and Brian went for set collection, so I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll take the best burial spots and we'll call it a day. But that wouldn't work every time. And also, depending upon who you're playing, it would play different as well.
Right, yep.
So every time, it's going to be a unique experience. It seems like most games you can kind of master by just playing it the same way every time, which I don't particularly enjoy. And this game did a great job of solving that by polymechanics, for lack of a better word, you know, layering all of these different mechanics on top of each other. It's very unique, very interesting.
I really enjoyed how a lot of the mechanics worked together. And so you aren't going to be placing in as good of a place by choosing to take a fate card, but those fate cards will later let you do more powerful moves. And so it's kind of settling for something not so good so you can do something amazing later if the cards work in your favor. I mean, there's some things that, too, there's chance for expansion. You have 8 rounds, you have 8 cards here. They could add more cards so you could start to not predict how many space holes would be in future things. It presses you to be more risky, which may lead to more bodies in the river. You know, they could add additional graveyard boards in future expansions, and additional types of tombs or mausoleums.
I think this is Fantasy Flight.
Yeah, I would like to see a E. Rosenberg expansion to this, where you have to build the grave.
You have to build the grave before you can go in.
You gotta get donkeys to do that.
Call it Agricola, the grave farmers.
Because it's one of the first things you see when you look at the game. You go to the Kickstarter page and you're like, oh, Bring Out Your Dead, a game where you bury your family. That's interesting, right?
In nice graves.
Yes, in nice graves. That's key. So I approached this game with a unique sense of awe in regards to a curious brand of humor woven throughout. But I gotta say, after playing it, it works, right? You kind of have to have that British dry humor throughout. I mean, Bring Out Your Dead, we obviously know that might be a reference to a certain British troupe. But I will say that the game doesn't rely on that too much. It pretty much stops there, but brings its own sense of humor to it through the artwork and different events that can happen. You know, you're swapping graves with other people, trying to get your family into a more prestigious grave. I really did enjoy it. At first I was a little worried that it was maybe crossing some lines, but honestly, give it a try. I really liked it. What did you guys think of the theme?
Part of me thinks like you remove the theme and replace it with something else and it'll still work, but at the same time, this was interesting enough to make it entertaining.
It was a hook.
Yeah.
Kind of lure you in.
But it was an amusing and different theme that I enjoyed. But the art, if you've watched many of our videos, you know that's something that can make or break a game for me. And not only me, but a lot of gamers I know. And I really enjoyed the art style in this game. The iconography especially was fantastic. There's a lot of, I don't even know where I put my card, I'm stealing yours. There are a lot of icons in the game, but they did it in a manner that it's easy to start picking up. You may not have seen those icons before, but you can start figuring out what it means. And then even if not, they have these very handy cards for you to look at. The pictures on the fate cards as well as the treasure cards, very fun, very thematic. I really enjoyed that. This painting at the top of the city, I really enjoyed.
I would absolutely agree. It's got a fun, almost, for lack of a better word, gothic Edgar Allan Poe cartoony feel to it. I don't really know where I get that mental image from, because Edgar Allan Poe didn't do cartoons, but somehow it's ingrained in my mind as that's what it would look like. So yeah, I think in general we liked the game. I would recommend giving it a shot. I know they're going to take it to BGG Con coming up. It's going to be on Kickstarter for I think about the next 10 days or so. I would definitely give it a look and see if it's something you would be interested in. I would recommend it, but again, you need to look at the mechanics that are in this to see if it's for you, but it might very well be for you. Yeah. So check it out. Anything to add?
Bring out your dad. I'm not dead yet. I'm getting better.
Thanks for watching our review today. For more information about board games, as well as the #1 board game audio podcast, check out Dicetower.com for reviews, interviews, and more. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.